Hi, hello my dear students. Welcome to my video lecture class. Right, up to now I uploaded video lectures on the chapter magnetic effect of current. Dear student, today I am going to discuss few more details about this chapter magnetic effect of current. So please watch the lecture till the end. Definitely you will get a clear idea about this topic. So right, today's topic is solenoid. So today's topic is solenoid. This solenoid topic is very important for the board as well as NEET point of view. So observe from starting to ending. Definitely you will get clear idea about this concept. So what is meant by solenoid? Observe carefully. And what is the use of this solenoid? Well, solenoid is nothing but if conducting wire or a copper wire. Conducting wire is nothing but a copper wire. Copper wire is wound around. Copper wire is wound around insulating material. Insulating material gives solenoid. Gives solenoid. If conducting wire or copper wire is wound around insulating material, gives solenoid. It gives solenoid. So for example, this is some insulating material I consider. Okay, if we wound this copper wire around it, and these ends are connected to a battery source. Okay, these ends are connected to a battery source. So this setup will give a solenoid. What is meant by solenoid? If a conducting wire or a copper wire wound around insulating material gives a solenoid. Okay. Next, solenoid gives strong magnetic field. Gives a strong magnetic field. It produces strong magnetic field. So how it will produce strong magnetic field? For example, if you observe this, these lines are, for example, if one copper wire is wound like a circular shape. If you are, for example, here several turns are there now for a copper wire. I consider one turn. So if magnetic field lines, how the magnetic field lines are moving here? So magnetic field lines are moving like this. Okay, and here. So magnetic field lines are moving like this. Okay, observe carefully here. If I consider one turn, magnetic field lines inside loop, magnetic field lines are closer. Outside of the loop, magnetic field lines are moving away. Am I right? Inside loop, magnetic field lines are closer. Inside loop, magnetic field lines are closer. So inside loop, magnetic field lines are closer due to uniform magnetic field. So inside loop magnetic field lines are closer So due to uniform magnetic field. So uniform magnetic field. Next, outside of the loop, magnetic field lines are bending. Magnetic field lines are bends in opposite direction. Thereby strength of magnetic field is cancel each other. Outside of the loop, magnetic field lines are bends in opposite direction. For example, if magnetic field lines are moving inside, they are very closer. But whether they are entered outside, they are bending like this in opposite direction. So these like magnetic field lines, here magnetic field lines are bending like this, here magnetic field lines are bending like that. So that means they are moving opposite direction. So strength of magnetic field is cancel each other. Have you got my point? If you are placing one loop, that means due to that circular loop, magnetic field lines are very closer. That's why it will produce strong magnetic field. So whenever magnetic field lines are closer, then it will produce a strong magnetic field. So inside the loop, it will produce strong magnetic field, and outside of the loop, the magnetic field lines are moving away and they are cancel each other. So that is the thing. So observe carefully. If you consider one loop only, we'll get magnetic field lines are parallel, we'll get strong magnetic field. If I am taking several number of turns, well, to continuing my lecture on the chapter magnetic effect of current, now I am going to discuss the concept is solenoid. Here, observe carefully. If you consider one circular loop, so the magnetic field lines are entered into that loop. That means if they become more closer, they are moving very closer. Due to this loop, they are moving very closer, and it will produce strong magnetic field. Due to one loop, it produces strong magnetic field lines. That means we are placing several number of loops side by side. If I am placing several number of loops side by side, then it will give more strong magnetic field. Have you got my point? One loop only gives this much of strong magnetic field lines, means if I am placing more number of loops, means the magnetic field lines are become more straight line. So for example, I will draw, observe carefully. Here I will draw here, observe carefully. Well, to continuing my lecture on the chapter magnetic effect of current, now I am going to discuss the concept solenoid. So if conducting wire or a copper wire wound around insulating material gives solenoid. So here observe carefully. Here I consider loop 1, here 2 loops I consider, here 4 loops I consider. So what is the main use of this solenoid? Solenoid will produce a strong magnetic field. Again I repeat this sentence. Solenoid will produce a strong magnetic field. How the solenoid will produce strong magnetic field? Observe carefully here. So here okay, so here solenoid will produce strong magnetic field. So observe carefully. Outside of the loop, here we are wounding wires in a circular loops, like a circular shape. This is a circular loop. Outside of the loop, magnetic field lines are moving away from each other. away from each other. They are moving. For example, this is a loop, means magnetic field lines are entered, they are bending. They are bending and they are moving opposite direction and they are going to be cancel each other. What is this magnetic field lines here? These are non-uniform magnetic field lines. Non-uniform magnetic field lines. Here inside loop, these field lines are uniform magnetic field lines. Uniform magnetic field lines. Okay. So this is a non-uniform magnetic field lines. Non-uniform magnetic field lines. Here uniform magnetic field lines. Uniform magnetic field. Inside the loop, magnetic field lines are very closer. Due to the presence of this circular loop, the magnetic field lines are very nearer and closer. Okay. So inside the loop, uniform magnetic field. Outside of the loop, the field lines are, so they are moving far away. So that is non-uniform magnetic field. So here, if I am placing two loops, if I am placing two loops here, so observe carefully. Compared to here, how the magnetic field lines, observe carefully. Here, this is the direction of magnetic field lines. Okay, so here observe carefully. Dear student, what is the difference between this first only one loop is there and two loops are present? If two loops are present, what is the difference between here and here? If one loop is present, whenever magnetic field lines enter into that loop, it becomes straightened. What is the use of this loop? The loop will straighten the magnetic field line. The loop will straighten the magnetic field line. And due to this loop, these magnetic field lines are parallel each other. Their magnetic field lines are parallel each other. See, equidistant and parallel each other. Whenever we are placing another loop, they are become more parallel and equidistant each other. That means if they are become more parallel and equidistant, then those field lines are called uniform magnetic field lines. If number of loops increases, then the uniform magnetic field lines will be increases. That means it will produce a strong magnetic field lines. So for example, if I am taking four loops, observe carefully. If I am taking here four loops, if I am taking here four loops, observe here. So here only this part only magnetic field lines are straightened. Here up to this part magnetic field lines are straightened. Here up to this part magnetic field lines are straightened. So this is a case 1 I consider, this is a case 2 I consider, this is a case 3 I consider. So this is a case 3. So observe here. So compare case 1, case 2, case 3. Which one will give more magnetic field, more strong magnetic field? Case 3 will give more strong magnetic field. Why? Here only up to this portion magnetic field lines are straightened. Here up to this much of portion magnetic field lines are straightened. If I am taking a number of loops, if a number of turns are increases, then production of magnetic field lines are increases. Number of turns or are loops directly proportional to strength of magnetic field. Strength of magnetic field. If a number of turns or loops is directly proportional to strength of magnetic field. If number of magnetic field lines are increases, means strength of magnetic field is increases. Here only one loop is present, that's why due to this one loop, inside the loop magnetic field lines are very closer. Inside the loop magnetic field lines are closer. So due to uniform magnetic field, you know already, if a field is uniform magnetic field, it will give more strength of magnetic field. Okay, so that means in case 1, case 2, case 3, which case magnetic field strength is high? Magnetic field strength in case 3 is greater than, magnetic field strength in case 2 is greater than magnetic field strength in case 1. Okay, so what do you understand from this? Solenoid is nothing but, if we consider conducting wire that is wrapping or wounding around insulating material, if several number of tons, like a helical structure. So like helix structure, like a helix structure, helical structure. For example, that diagram, if you are wound this, okay, so it will use like a helical structure. So due to the presence of more number of tons, strength of magnetic field will be increases. It will produce more strong magnetic field. It will produce more strong magnetic field, because if one loop is present, only few lines are straightened. If two loops are present, more number of lines are straightened and very nearer. You know already, if magnetic field lines are nearer, then it will produce strong magnetic field. So I will write here that note point also. I will write here that note point also. Note, if magnetic field lines are closer, then strength of magnetic field is high. Then strength of magnetic field, is high. If magnetic field lines are closer, then strength of magnetic field is high. So solenoid makes magnetic field lines closer. Solenoid makes magnetic field lines closer because it contains several number of tons. It contains several number of tons. So like this helical structure, solenoid will form like a helical structure, like a spring-like structure. So this is the diagram of solenoid. It means here we are wound the copper wire like this helical structure. Due to this number of tons, if the number of tons are increases, then magnetic field is increases. Strength of magnetic field is increases. So several number of tons. Solenoid makes magnetic field lines are closer because it contains several number of tons, and it produce due to that it produce strong magnetic field. Okay, solenoid will produce strong magnetic field. So that is the main function of solenoid. Now I will discuss what is the formula of magnetic field due to solenoid. If point we consider inside solenoid, if you consider point edge of the solenoid, if you consider point outside of the solenoid, we will discuss now. So here case 1, solenoid is made with infinite length of wire. Solenoid is made with infinite length of wire. That means the length of the wire is infinity. So for example, here is the wire. It's not a finite length of wire. This is a free end. Infinite length of wire means this is a free end, and here it is a free end. Okay. So this is a axial line. Axial line. Here I consider one point. Here I consider a point. So generally, if you are wounding the wire, that will give a cylindrical shape. So that will give imaginary like cylindrical shape. Okay. So here is the point. What is the magnetic field at this point? So how to find magnetic field? By using Biot-Savart's law. By using, according to Biot-Savart's law, magnetic field at P is equal to B inside, because the point lies inside of the solenoid. B inside is equal to, otherwise B inside, magnetic field at a middle you consider. Okay, because this point is lies middle of the axis, because this is an axis. What is this? This is axis of solenoid. This is a figure of solenoid. Here the point lies at the middle of the axis. Then what is the magnetic field at this point? Because some current is passing through the solenoid. Okay, you know already, whenever current is passing through the solenoid, definitely it will produce. For example, here is the current passing through this solenoid. So I be the current passing through this solenoid. Whenever current is passing through the conductor, definitely it will produce magnetic field. That magnetic field is acting on P. So we need to find a magnetic field at P and magnetic field at the middle. That means the point lies at middle, not here. That's why magnetic field at middle we need to find. How to find this? We are applying steps here. First of all, we just draw an imaginary line from that point to there. Okay, imaginary lines. You know, these two ends are free ends. That's why angle is here. If you consider angle is here. Okay, so these two ends are free ends. You know already. We know already. Please recapitulate concepts, ma. We know already at free end, theta is equal to 90 degrees. Always theta is equal to 90 degrees. At free ends, always theta is equal to 90 degrees. Here two free ends are there. So that's why theta 1. Here I consider some theta 1. Okay. So here is I consider some theta 1. Here is some theta 1 is equal to 90 degrees. Here is some theta 2 is equal to 90 degrees. Here theta 1 is equal to 90 degrees, theta 2 is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, two angles are there. Theta 1 is equal to 90 degrees, theta 2 is equal to 90 degrees. Since two ends are free ends. Why these ends are free ends? Because this is infinite wire. Because it is infinite wire. Infinite wire is there means definitely it will form free ends. That means, so according to Biot-Savart's law, you know already. So what is the formula of Biot-Savart's law? According to Biot-Savart's law, okay, what is the formula? B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi d. Mu naught I by 4 pi d into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. Mu naught I by 4 pi d into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. D means perpendicular distance. This is a D. Here this is a perpendicular distance. This is D. So this D is equal nothing but a radius of the cylinder. Here D is equal to perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance, that is equal to radius of the cylinder. Radius of the cylinder. Okay, radius of the cylinder or radius of the solenoid. If you consider radius of the solenoid, cylinder or solenoid, because solenoid is in the form of cylindrical shape. Okay, so B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi D into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. Theta 1 value you know, theta 2 value you know, just substitute here, then we will get magnetic field at this point P due to, if solenoid is made with infinite length of wire, we will get. So what is the formula? B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi D into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. Now observe carefully. So we will solve now. B is equal to magnetic field at this point P is equal to B middle is equal to, okay, so mu naught I by 4 pi D into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2 according to Biot-Savart's law. Okay, so now mu naught I by 4 pi into D means R, because D means perpendicular distance, that is equal to radius of cylinder, okay. This perpendicular distance is also called as the radius of the cylinder. Okay, so mu naught I by 4 pi R sin 90 degrees plus sin 90 degrees, sin 90 degrees plus sin 90 degrees. Here this is a 2, sin 90 plus sin 90 means 2. So 2 how many times here? Mu naught I by 4 pi R into 2. 2 how many times here? 2 times. Then finally we will get mu naught I by 2 pi R. 2 pi R. Mu naught I by 2 pi R. Okay. So we will get here mu naught I by 2 pi R. So you know already, let number of tons or N. Number of tons or N. Let number of tons per length. This is very, very important. Let number of tons per length is indicated with the small n. Small n is equal to capital N by L. That is equal to N by 2 pi R. N by 2 pi R. Okay. So small n is equal to, small n is nothing but here let number of tons per length is indicated with small n. Small n is equal to number of tons per length, that is equal to N by 2 pi R, because length is nothing but circumference of that loop shape, circular loop shape na. So 2 pi R, N by 2 pi R. Okay, L means here circumference of circle. So finally what we got here, if you consider n number of tons, if you consider this is mu naught I, if it is one number of ton, mu naught I we consider. If it is n number of tons, we will take mu naught into Ni by 2 pi R. So here n by 2 pi R is taken as small n. So we will substitute instead of n by 2 pi R small n. Mu naught into small n into I. Since small n is equal to capital N by 2 pi R. Okay. So what we got here? Magnetic field. Magnetic field due to infinite solenoid, infinite length of solenoid, if point is at middle of the axis, so middle of the axis, B is equal to mu naught into small n into I. B is equal to mu naught into small n into I. So please observe carefully. What is the formula? This is important. The magnetic field due to infinite length of solenoid if point is at middle of the axis. If point is at middle of the axis, formula B is equal to mu naught into small n into I. Mu naught means permeability of free space. Small n means number of turns per length. I means electric current. So this is the case 1 about the solenoid. Next we will discuss case 2 regarding this solenoid in coming lectures. I hope all of you understood this. We will discuss 2 numericals based upon this. So based upon this and a few more cases in further lectures. So I hope all of you understood this concept, and my humble request for you, so please revise the concepts and practice numericals regularly. All the very best.